every day, one by one, I'm gonna try every recipe of Laura, starting from the very beginning. Come, join me on my challenge. Let's go! Hi everyone! My name is Ruta and welcome to the 32nd, I believe, day of my challenge. And today, it's the day for some other pasta dish, and we love us some pasta in this home. And it's called Bolognese, if I remember correctly. The ones who know how to pronounce it correctly, please don't laugh at me now. So before we get into the ingredients, I have to say quickly, I believe 3 things. One, and this is like one and two are the Twix pair of mine. It's about the wine and the crushed tomatoes. As for the wine, and the crushed tomatoes as well, I live in Iran, and this country has a dry law, so I'm not using alcohol in my recipes while I'm here anyways, and I'm substituting them with stock. So in this case, I'm gonna be substituting the red wine, which is called by this recipe, with the beef stock. As for the crushed tomatoes, for the same reason, me being here, I cannot find a can of crushed or any form of tomatoes actually. So I've learned a way how to make them from fresh ones. So if you're interested, I will leave the links in the description box of the videos where I showed step by step how to do that, so that this video wouldn't get like 100 kilometers long. And the last thing I want to say is, okay, how to explain it? I will make the whole portion of the sauce, but I will make only half of the pasta. And the reason is, and actually this is a tip I also learned from Laura, and this is a really good tip as well. I want to freeze half of the sauce for those days when I just don't have time or well to cook. So I will just take it out from the freezer, boil some pasta, which is like doing nothing basically, and voila! I will have a prepared really nice dinner. And I'm really sure of that. Even though I will try this sauce for the first time, I'm sure it will be really good, because no recipe failed so far, and I've tried with these in my challenge together with the 4, I think around 100 recipes I've tried it. No recipe failed. So that being said, let's go over the ingredients and let's get started. We're gonna need, okay, I'll start with the frozen stuff so I could put it back to the freezer until I need it. And here are some frozen basil leaves because, well, I just forgot to go and buy fresh ones. Then we'll need 150 grams of frozen but defrosted peas, 600 grams of ground beef, 800 grams of crushed tomatoes, 1 medium onion, finely chopped, 1 large carrot, finely chopped as well, 240 milliliters of beef stock. I used half a cube, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, half a pack or 250 grams of penne, salt and pepper, and some parmesan. Okay, so let's start. And what I have here is a large skillet which is preheating with the olive oil, into which I'm gonna add the beef, and I'm gonna cook it on medium-high for around 2 minutes while breaking it with this wooden thingy. Okay, and now in goes the carrot with the onion for 5 minutes. Okay, and now I'm gonna add in the stock and season with salt and pepper. And now, praying that it would fit, I'm gonna add in the crushed tomatoes. Okay, and now I'm gonna partially cover it, and on medium heat I'm gonna cook it for 30 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm also bringing a large pot of water to boil for the pasta. Okay, and now I'm gonna season it with salt and pepper and add the frozen peas. And at the same time, I'm putting the pasta in, and I'm gonna cook it al dente, which means I'm gonna cook it 2 minutes less than written on the instruction on the package, and the sauce will cook the same amount as the pasta. So once pasta is done, everything's done. Okay, my pasta's done, so I'm draining it now, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna add some frozen basil leaves. And that's it, the sauce is ready. Okay, so what I did, I reserved half of the sauce, which I'm gonna use for freezing. I brought back the pasta, which now I'm gonna mix with the sauce. Sorry. Before I even actually went with my plate to turn the camera on, so I've already tasted, but to be fair, let's taste it again. I know it's so good. Oh my goodness. I don't get how a person who couldn't make an omelet without burning it not that long ago, and whose brother totally was cooking for her all the time, can now adjust the salt perfectly. I really love how Laura's doing that just from the eye, you know. And I just started doing that, and somehow every single time it's so perfect. The macaroni we say, the pasta, I should say, is perfectly al dente, so it's really nice to bite into it. The sauce is perfectly salted, I should add, and it's really, really good. Even the peas, which I didn't like that brand that much, they were kind of hard and like not that good. They turned perfect in this dish, so I would definitely suggest this recipe, only because, just the simplest reason actually why. You can make a lot of sauce at a time. It takes half an hour to make it, and then you can store a lot of it, and this is a really, really filling. Okay, don't take more. This is a really filling dish because it has meat in it, macaroni, I keep saying macaroni, pasta, and it's so good. So I won't keep you much longer. You know the drill, original recipe. In the description you can check for the written one, and I'll see you in a day. Bye!